Morning guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on the Range Rover Classic LSE. I've literally just got here, but Chris has cracked on this morning for half an hour while I was on my way, and he has been round and blown up the air suspension. He's put in those same valves that he did in the first video to get it blown up. Really just wanted to blow it up so that we could get it up to the height. It was a lot easier to work on because we are going to be moving on to cutting off the panels that we need to replace. Like I said in the last video, we are waiting for the panels to arrive. We have had a delivery and the rear wheel arches have arrived now, and they come from Froggett's Easy On Panels. So thank you very much to Froggett's for supplying us with those panels. And guys, if you do need any of these panels, their link will be in the description. The guy Nick there is a real nice guy. Give him a call and I'm sure they'll hook you up. So just to make a bit more room as well, because it is quite difficult to get to everything, we have decided that we're going to whip these doors off today. We've already got the board down there ready to line them up. So we're going to get them out of the way because these seals and these wheel arches, we want to try and tackle those while we are waiting for the rest of the panels to do the front end repairs. We don't want to wait for it all to come, and then it kind of works out good for us this way because we've got the back arches. We're going to be speaking to Island 4x4 in a minute. Hopefully he's got those seals in for us now, and so that we can get on with doing the arches, doing the seals, and then hopefully the parts for the front will be here and we can crack on with that. The fault was there. It is going to be a lot easier for us to remove these doors, but it's also going to make it a lot easier for you guys at home to see what is going on. I know you all like to get involved, and quite a lot of you do comment saying, Rob, we feel like we're there with you, and that is what we want. So let's get on with it, get these doors off, and I'll check you straight in time lapse and you can watch us taking them off. You can see now when we're going to be working on it with those doors removed, you're just going to see that much more. These rear wheel arch panels here, Chris, if you could just hold that up where it's gone at the bottom, that's going to be lovely, that is, and hopefully we will be sticking the whole lot in there and there's going to be no joins in it, no cuts, and we can get that all sealed up, because where it actually fits on just here, that's where it's actually rotted away on this one. There is a bit of it left on there, but it will be really nice to just completely remove that, because it has got a few minor scabs up it, and actually put a whole new one on there. And then obviously these seal replacements, it is quite a small section when you look at it from here. It's not actually that big, but we are going to have to buy, we was going to originally buy one seal, cut it in half and use half this side and half the other side, but they do have a bit of an angle on them, so we are actually going to be picking up 2 of those seals for it. So let us know what you think in the comment section about that. Seen there, guys, quite a lot of grinding, drilling and tidying up. I just thought I'd cut back in now, give you all a bit of an update. Excuse me. Obviously that is the driver's side new rear wheel arch. We wasn't 100% where we was going with the wheel arch. We did always say that we'd possibly cut this halfway down and rejoin it, but we did end up drilling the whole thing off. We have got a new one, but upon taking it off, Chris said there was a little bit of rot up here inside the car. So this wheel arch wasn't quite big enough. So he has cut all that up, made an extension for it. He's going to weld that on there in a minute. You would have seen Chris pretty much on all of that time lapse there. I was in and out, passing in bits and pieces, but it is a very tight, small space that he's working on, and two of you just can't get in there. So you probably would have noticed in that video as well, we did remove the quarter panel, which was very, very simple. It was 4 rivets at the back, a couple of bolts at the top, and some seam sealer, and that removed quite easy. So we will be doing that. We've got it ready. After that's done, we're going to be zinc priming the whole inside of that after it's all welded up, cleaned up and ready to go. And then we'll be coming over. We've got to zinc prime the inside of the seal piece. That's all now cut out, pretty much ready to go. I will get in depth with that after. But basically we're going to weld that up, zinc prime all the inside of it, zinc prime the inside of these. We'll get it all clamped up exactly where it should be. And then I'll come back with a bit of an update as to, you know, what we've done, where we're going with it. And once we get it all in, you can see that a couple of these more plates did turn up, and that one there is the inner arch there. But that extension plate is actually part of that wheel box that Chris is creating up under there, where he found a bit of rot. He has cut it out, and he's obviously extending that to cover up, to splice in and completely remove that piece of rot with a nice new piece of metal. So that is how far we've got so far. As soon as we've got that done, we'll start getting it all clamped up. I will put it back on time lapse. I know you can't see like as much as you'd want to see, guys, but it is the absolute best we can do in the space that we've got at the moment. Hopefully once we have completed this side, we can turn the car around, and then the back will be down this end, and we've got literally all this more room without the lift in the way, so that you can see what's going on a lot better. But as usual, I'll do say it throughout the videos, if there is anything we've missed and that you really did want to see, you know, please drop it in the comment section, and we'll try and get that in on the next side for you. And also, if you have any questions or anything like that, also please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'm not going to carry on waffling on, guys. We're going to have a nice cup of coffee. Chris is going to weld that up, and then I'll come back with an update as soon as we get it strapped in. So I did try and show it on time lapse there with the weld through zinc primer. I've done all the insides of all the panels, as you can see, but it was I did try and show it on the time lapse, but you can't really see that much of it. So we did chase the seal back as far as we could go where the rot was, and we decided that we was going to put this piece in here. It's all going to be absolutely dead flat. There's no overlap in there at all. And then we move around the back here. This is one of the repair panels that come from Easy On Panels, and obviously the new wheel arch. We've got a few screws in there holding it in place. It is all cleaned up. It's all zinc primered on the back of it. So we are pretty much ready to go. Chris did that extra plate. Sorry, you can't really see it up there. We're going to be welding that in. And then coming along, doing all these plug welds down the arch. And then we'll go around, take all the screws out, fill up those holes with plug weld, and then we'll be going around tidying up, dressing all the edges up, and then I'll be coming back and showing you it once it's complete, and we'll go around and start doing all the other work that we need to do on that, so that it's ready prepared for the seam sealer, the paint, pretty much the same as the boot floor. We just get it so it is at that stage and ready, and then we'll be moving on to another part of the car. So it has taken quite a few hours. It is quite a lot of work. I mean, we did expect some work when we stripped it back. Obviously, we was lucky with all the flaws, and we have mentioned that in previous videos, but this is quite tedious. It is quite a lot of work. You've got all those spot welds you would have seen me drilling out there, and then it's got like a seam weld right round through here. So it's not easy, it's not, but we are getting there with it, and we just thought it is the absolute best thing to do was to fit that whole arch. Sorry, I'm just grabbing the other one out because that's the arch off of it. And initially we was leaving this half of it in, and we was going to chop it about here, do some repairs on these little bits. But the more we looked at it, and you know, we started looking inside it, it is starting to creep up. So we just decided, do you know what, we'll just fit the whole thing, and how much more of a nicer job has it made. So yeah, that's as far as we got so far. We're just going to continue on and hopefully get this section completely done today, and then maybe even start on another section of it. I'm back there after I finished recording. Chris just said this is an overlap, so to speak, but he's got his joggling tool there and he has joggled the edge of it. So it does actually, he's actually pressed that edge. This was a test piece, and he's actually put it underneath behind here. So once we take these screws out, he can obviously weld that in. That's going to be a seam weld all the way along there, Chris, isn't it? So a seam weld all the way along there, down there, and then underneath there, it's going to be obviously plug welded. So I just thought I'd put that bit in there just in case anyone, you know, did say, well, that's a nice clean edge and we don't want it sticking or overlapping. So that's a fantastic tool, and it really does make it a lot better, the fact that that is going to be sleeved underneath there. So I just wanted to add that in, guys, just so that you know what we had done with it. Well, some serious progress there today, guys. Like I said a little bit earlier in this video, you didn't see a whole lot of me. There wasn't really a great deal that I could do getting involved with this, apart from preparing everything and running around passing Chris tools. I'm not a welder, I'm not going to pretend to be one, and we want this to be absolutely bang on. We have just hung that quarter panel back on there, just to zip round it with a die grinder and make sure everything fits all right. That is literally just resting on there. So guys, it is all in there. It's finally all welded up. It looks absolutely brilliant compared to trying to repair that rusty old one. That piece of seal there that we got from Easy On Panels. Again, we got these from Easy On Panels. The link is in the description. They haven't sponsored this build, but they did supply me with these panels. So yeah, so we've done that. The repair panel inside there, I mean, it all come out really nice. It was a lot more work than I actually thought it was going to be, but this is all 100% solid now, and we know it is absolutely bang on. Quite a lot of you in the previous videos did mention about the chassis and all up under here. Rob, will you be going ahead and wax oiling it again? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. I mean, you've got holes here that go straight inside the seal. We've got holes to drill in here, obviously for the side skirts, rocker mouldings if you're American. But yeah, guys, we will be backfilling all of this with wax oil, absolutely 100%, because we want it to just live on now. And once it goes to a new owner, you know, they can watch these videos back and watch us absolutely filling up every one of these cavities with wax oil, which is going to be a really nice peace of mind for them. So yeah, really happy with the progress. It has taken all day to do it. We're at about 4 o'clock and we did start this at 9 o'clock this morning. So it just shows you literally how long it does take and how much work is involved. And obviously the preparation takes the longest part of it, because it has got to be clean and it has got to be right. Otherwise you just basically, I won't use the saying I was about to say there, but in the wind, if you know what I mean. It's just, it'll be absolutely pointless. So boot floor completely done. This corner now is completely done. All of the welding work is done. You would have seen it on the time lapse. I'm a bit gutted really, I didn't zoom in on that, why I was filming now I've put the quarter panel back on, but as you would have expected, behind there was absolutely perfect. I mean, you have seen it in previous videos on the inside, but yeah, we're really happy with that. And again, we'll be treating it with wax oil. We'll be putting all this will look OEM, we'll be putting all textured sealer under here and then going over it all. These will all be getting seam sealed and painted. So it is going to look completely original, and that is what we want for this car. So tomorrow we are going to be moving on. Like I just said, we've done the boot, done that corner. We're now going to move along here and start on this corner. Now with this piece in particular, we keep getting sort of contradictory answers from different people. They're just not making it. Some people are saying they do it, other people are saying they don't do it. But from what we've gathered is this panel is available, but without this pressing inside it. And this pressing actually holds, you can see a couple of relays in there and a couple of multi-plugs. And that is the only purpose that part actually serves. So we have just had a chat about it, me and Chris, and what we've decided to do is, because this is, it's rotten here and here, but this actual part is fine. What we're going to do tomorrow is actually make this plate completely. We're going to cut this out, cut the hole in the plate, and we're going to weld this in. And we think that that's just going to solve all of the problems. So in the next video, that is going to be the bit we concentrate on now. This corner and this upper piece. This upper piece is a very simple piece. So we'll be obviously cutting one of those, cleaning it all up and getting that fitted, and then moving on slowly to this wheel arch. So pretty much that is the direction we're working on. We're just going to work our way all the way round the car. Once we've done this, we'll be moving to that side and then moving back again. If anything changes, of course, I will let you know and keep you all up to date on it. So that's where we've got with it so far. I just want to say thank you to everybody that really enjoyed the video on the old Series 3 Land Rover. It's really growing on me. I did whip up the yard and back in it again earlier, and it is a cracking car and really good fun. Quite a lot of people, and it was quite a lot of people, that's why I'm bringing it up, asked, does the roof come off and the rest of the bits? And the answer to that is yes, they do all unbolt. There's obviously quite a few different models and people just wanted to know. So yeah, thank you for that. Unfortunately, we haven't got time to do anything on that car at the moment. We are committed to the LSE and we do want to get that done, get it in paint. Well, once this goes over to the paint shop, we'll then start working on the Land Rover. But until then, we do need to concentrate on getting all of this all welded up, all sealed up, everything all done, ready for the paint shop. And then as soon as that's done, we'll be back on the old Land Rover. In the meantime, there will be some salvage rebuilds. I am bidding on some cars down the auction tomorrow. A couple of my regular viewers have said, Rob, is there any salvage coming? The answer to that is I can only buy what is available, guys, and I am bidding. But as you know from previous experience, I do not get carried away on that auction. I set my price. I think that's what the car's worth, and that is what I'll pay. And with the co-part fees rising, I expect the value of the cars to be coming down, because there is a set price that I will pay for a car, and I'm not getting bitten or caught out by that auction. So that's that. I did mention that we're going to have a motorbike build on the channel. Unfortunately, guys, at the moment, I haven't been able to find a motorbike. As soon as I do find one, no doubt I will put it in the first available video. So even if I'm videoing the LSE or the Land Rover, I will mention that I've bought a bike. I do keep having a little peek. there's no desperate rush for it at the moment because, like I said, we have got a lot on. Sorry guys, battery died there. That will be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. I showed as much as I possibly can. If there is anything else you want to see, I did say it earlier, put it in the comment section and we'll try our best to do it for you next time. As usual, check out the merch store, link is in the description. For some little sneak peeks during the day, going to be doing one in a moment. I did do one earlier. It's Salvage Rebuilds on Instagram. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you in the next one.